And go. 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 It's rolling. Oh, shit.
Did I scare you? Good, because I wanted to get you in the spirit, dear viewer. On today's dynamic entry video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 scariest games. Or our list, anyway. Now, some of you who have been watching for a while may know we did this before, a couple Halloween seasons ago, but we thought, hey, why not? Let's think about it again. Let's give a fresh perspective and open the conversation. So, in no particular order, here's our list. Now, our number 5 pick in this list is one that I don't actually think is scary myself. I've beaten the whole game, and I like it a lot. But it does have some scary elements, and that is Bloodborne, originally coming out on the PlayStation 4. This From Software title is jam-packed with eldritch horrors and weird fucking villagers, and then there's werewolves at one point, and then there's aliens. It's a whole thing. If you are a fan of anything by H.P. Lovecraft, or you're into the weird and the fantastical that may be happening in these types of settings, maybe Vermintide if you're into that game too, this might be right up your alley, even though it is a roguelike Soulsborne type game. You know how those go. You live, you die, you do it again. Like Tom Cruise, but it's a lot more entertaining.
Number 5, Bloodborne. All right, listen. Chris picked this list of these video games. We're gonna have another video, check it out, it's gonna be here as well on this channel, but for these ones he picked the list and I was just like, yeah, run with it, whatever. So he picked Bloodborne for 5, and I'm, if you know me, not the biggest fan of Bloodborne or Dark Souls or any of these types of games. So that being said, obviously I've not played it, but I've watched them play it several times, and from what I've gathered, I guess it could be kind of creepy. You're by yourself playing late at night, you're in a very dark lit world, there's like candle lights and torches and stuff like that. It's very dark and immersive, I guess. And the beasts are very scary. So yeah, I guess it could be kind of a scary game if you've never played these types of games before, especially if you're by yourself. And a lot of these games on here are going to be very scary if you're playing by yourself. So yeah, it qualifies. It checks out. It's scary. All right, coming in at number 4 on our list is going to be Dead by Daylight. That's right, not Dying Light, which I thought this was when I read the list. It's Dead by Daylight, something completely different. If you've heard of it, you know. If you don't know what it is, basically it is a 5-person multiplayer game. 1 person's the killer, 4 others are the survivors, and you have to fix generators as a team to escape the killer. Meanwhile, the killer is chasing you and hunting you down and killing you, and he has to kill pretty much all of you guys so you can't escape, basically. So the fun thing you want to do usually is get with your friends. It's a very friend-based game. You can play online if you want, a little harder. But if you have your friends, you get all 5 of your friends in a party, take the 1 killer, kick him out of the party, and you 4 people stay in a party, a group chat basically, and you talk and try to find it amongst yourselves while your friend hunts you down and kills you. It is a fun time. If you're into like slasher film type movies, this is definitely the vibe for you. And there's other games like it. There's the Friday the 13th, I believe. So any of these types of games, good time. Not scary in the sense that you're gonna get scared, but more of a thriller game.
From Pyramid Head to the Jigsaw Killer, like the old man with the pig head. Fucking crazy. Dead by Daylight. Oh god, did I say the right game? I did, right? Dead by Daylight is a trip. I personally like to use the Huntress as my personal killer, and I use the extra hatchet throw at the beginning of the game. Long game, chuck it, and take somebody out. Ah, man, I can't tell you how many times I've screamed my lungs off or lost all the air in my lungs laughing, dragging somebody to a hook while attempting to hunt down the rest of the party. And between their own shenanigans and everything that naturally happens in the game, you get a few jump scares. It's pretty great, and honestly, nice pick for 4. Coming in at number 3 is one of the most classic styles of scary anything. And it's Big Bad Monster with Alien Isolation, a solo game where you as the lone survivor of your frigate are forced to deal with, hide from, and eventually confront a xenomorph. And this bastard's tricky. If anyone's played this game, they can tell you for sure. Something that you do one time will not work again. You hide in the vents this time, next room, that xenomorph's gonna be waiting in there for you. There's a ton of different gadgets that you get which can help you either hear or find the xenomorph, and just the same, it starts to pick up on when you start to use these things and learns, which is one of my favorite parts about this game. It's probably why it scares the shit out of me. Still though, good play, and that's my number 3.
Yep, so number 3, Alien Isolation. Or should I say Alien Isolation? That's right. I'm just saying it because I didn't play the game. again, it's part of the list. I've never played it. I just heard about it through friends of friends that it's just basically an adaptive experience where this thing is hunting you and figuring you out as you figure it out, pretty much like the movie Alien. So I think that's pretty cool. It kind of falls in the realm of Dead by Daylight a little bit, where it's a survival type game. So again, scary thrill ride. So if you're into that, maybe you want to play it. I might not check it out. Xenomorphs didn't really do it for me. If it was like a Predator, maybe then. But for now, that's our number 3, Alien Isolation. All right, coming in at number 2 is going to be number 7, Resident Evil 7. That's right, we have to have a Resident Evil game on this list, right? It wouldn't be a horror, spooky list without one. And so we picked 7 because we think it's the most immersive, I guess, especially if you play VR. So Resident Evil 7 follows the new character of Ethan, who's actually going to be the new character in the new one that's coming out soon. You're Ethan. You have to go find your girlfriend. She's been missing. You get a bunch of phone calls and voicemails saying, hey, you got to come find me. You go find her. But guess what? She's kind of dead. And so you have to survive this. And it's not just any type of Resident Evil game. You're in first person again. All right. Is the first time it's done this?
Yeah.
Usually you're over the shoulder third person. This one changed it up a little bit. They're like, hey, you are Ethan. You have to find your girlfriend, and then you have to survive against this Hills Have Eyes type family and all of their weird little quirks and ways that they want to kill you. And it's creepy, and like I said, if you're playing in VR, you're not going to get past the first mission. You're going to get to your girlfriend, spoiler alert, you're going to have her attack you, and then you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? You're going to take it off and throw it away, and you're going to go watch something nice, because that is scary, and this game is scary. Resident Evil 7, of course, is probably not going to be the popular pick if you're a classic Resident Evil fan. You're probably going to be like, hey, it's probably 1 or 2. But for us, number 7 makes our list at number 2. So there you go.
From weird biomechanical science to having a grown man punch boulders inside of a volcano. Look it up. It's the ending of number 5. Resident Evil 7 is a refreshing bite of scariness in all the wackiness that is the Capcom lore and world. And it really freaked me out when it first came out. Stark difference, really sad. Pale colors in the world itself. It was not inviting. You don't want to stay there. All right, you're going through these creepy houses with these like hidden traps everywhere, and there's limited resources, you know, like a scary game tends to do. But Resident Evil 7, it just had something different. The atmosphere as a whole, the soundtrack, the voice acting work by everybody that was involved. You guys all did a fantastic job. It really set itself apart from every one of the other Resident Evil games that had come before it, and kind of recaptured some of that feeling that the old games had, which eventually got really good remakes, but I think this is why. So that's why it's my number 2. Now, this wouldn't be a dynamic entry list if we didn't pick something that isn't fair to put on the list, because we like doing that here. And today, for our number 1, we have chosen the playable trailer. The PT, the legendary short bit of Silent Hill trailer that we never got to get, sadly, because Konami dropped the ball. Good job, guys. This game was easily one of the most terrifying electronic experiences I've ever been immersed in. And because it was made by Hideo Kojima, there's obviously strange quirks to solving the puzzles inside of the game, like counting butterflies that are translucent inside of photos during the loops in order to find a phone number to hear a baby laugh in your ear and then hear, "You've been chosen." It's a whole thing, and you should definitely look for it online. Sadly, it was pulled from Sony's markets, and a lot like when Flappy Bird got pulled off of the app stores, a lot of people started selling their consoles that had it. Nate, wonderful host of this cast, he happens to have that beautiful gem installed on his, so every now and then we go back and we play it, and it's still fucking terrifying. Another fun fact, the titular monster in the game is actually coded directly behind you at all times. So have fun sleeping after figuring that out.
PT, of course. It's a classic. It's the GOAT of horror games. It's not even a full game. It's just a trailer for a damn game. But I feel like it never was going to be a game. Because how could you live up to this damn trailer? I think it's all a myth. It was never going to exist. And they just excused it like, oh no, Sony doesn't want to do it, and Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, they don't get along, whatever. No, I think it's a damn lie. I think it was never gonna happen. Plus you had Norman Reedus as the main character. That's crazy. We got Death Stranding out of it. but Death Stranding kind of sucked, especially compared to PT. But PT will always be my favorite horror game ever. I didn't really beat it fairly. I would never figured it out. I don't think anyone, well, there's one person who figured it out, obviously, to get everyone else to figure it out. But had I not had, you know, cheat codes and stuff, I never would have figured this out. It's confusing. You're in a big loop the whole time, and if you don't really like explore everything, you're not going to figure it out. But with the help of the online cheat codes, you'll figure it out, and this game has so much to offer, and it's just a trailer, and it's the freakiest thing ever, especially if you're playing by yourself. But I suggest playing it with friends who've never played it before. Show it to them, be like, hey, you want to play a game real quick? And just give them the controller, give them some headphones or something, and just have them walk this damn loop over and over until they like ask you, what am I doing here? And then you show them little by little what they're doing, and they're gonna freak out and be like, damn, that's the best trailer I've ever played in my life. Best trailer anyone's ever played in their life, because it's a fucking good game. So, PT, #1. Did we scare you? I hope so. But I hope we don't scare you away. We want you to subscribe. That's right. Subscribe down below. Go follow us on Instagram, TikTok. We have a podcast. You can't follow us there, but you can subscribe there. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are available. We talk about anime and gaming like this pretty much every week. But yeah, subscribe please. Hopefully you liked it. Let us know down below also what your favorite horror games are to play around this spooky Halloween time. And, you know, go out and scare some kids. Don't steal their candy. That's fucked up. But have a good time.